Hello and welcome to our first in a series of 4 coaching sessions. I'm Becca Forshaw. I'm a life coach to women who want to create and build a life that they love. I help them to realise that they have the power to achieve anything they want. So this is the Psychology's Life Leap Love Yourself First coaching programme. It's week 1 and it's all about how to create a more loving relationship with yourself, so that then you can start to cultivate self-compassion. Because once we know how to love ourselves first, then we can create a healthy relationship with our loved ones or our future loved ones. So week 1, this relates to workbook 1 and it's called Looking Within. So have you got a pen and pad ready? Because I've got some questions for us to work through, and then an exercise for you to do at the end that you can carry out this week. So before we think about strengthening the relationships of those around us, we first need to look at what's going on within ourselves, because then I think you're more likely to be able to understand what's driving your own emotions, and then you can start to be kinder to yourself. So a great starting place is asking yourself some questions to trigger and provoke some thoughts and feelings. So number 1, ask yourself, what areas of your life are you happy with right now? Is your work life going really well? Are you happy with your finances, say? Are you happy with the relationships that you have? Or are you just in the zone with your fitness right now, for example? I know I'm always high-fiving myself when I'm in the zone, but then I manage to slip right out of the zone. But at the moment, my happy areas are work and relationships and family. So it really is good to focus on the positive areas of our life, so that then you can start to draw on how that makes you feel and see what's working well for you. But on the flip side, number 2, ask yourself what's causing you to feel unhappy. What's really causing you pain at the moment? For example, are you getting angry at the smallest things? Or is it just because you feel like you haven't got time to do anything? So look at each area in turn, and then you can become more aware of what triggers you or what conditions are in place which are impacting how you feel. I think what we need to do is we need to look at what's not working, because then you can start to make progress. I'm hoping that you're here because you want to make progress. So thinking about why you're unhappy, and then actions that you can take to change that, or how to eliminate certain things and replace them with positive ones, is going to automatically help to boost your happiness, and then it'll enable you to feel like you're moving forward. Okay, so number 3, when was a time when you felt particularly proud? Mine, for example, was when I finished a 10k run. I hadn't ever run before, and I started with small targets, and I won't lie, I found it difficult and I was slow, but you know what? I finished it, and going through that finish line felt amazing. So think about a time like that can be really motivating. So ask yourself, when did you feel proud? And notice how you felt at the time. What was your body language like? Also, it's worth making a list of things that you're proud that you accomplished, say for example, just even yesterday. And they can be small things, but honestly, I think having a sense of pride often comes from achieving a goal. And if you're feeling proud, then it really does start to have a positive effect in your daily life and a positive effect on your relationships. So number 4, another area to consider is our emotions. I want you to think about what is the strongest emotion that you feel throughout a typical week. Because noticing how we feel and our emotions can help us to see what's really driving our behaviour, and it can sometimes be surprising. So for example, I did this exercise a few weeks ago when I wasn't feeling at one, and the word that kept coming up was frustration. I was so frustrated. My 7-year-old had been pushing the boundaries and she'd been particularly challenging. And of course, in turn, that was impacting how I was acting at home, how I was acting at work. And it was only when I reflected back and became really aware of what was happening that I was able to rein it back in. And I was able, with some easy techniques, to take back control. So number 5, how do you feel when you spend time alone? And when was the last time you did this? Alone time, I know, isn't for everybody, but it can be so vital in giving ourselves time to reboot. So I would honestly urge you to just slow down and have some quality time with you. It might even be taking a lovely bath. I know this is something that I never do, and it's one of my goals for this month. So number 6, think about now, what are you afraid of? And are there areas that have been holding you back? These areas might affect how you act. Is it fear? Is it insecurity, complacency? I do a lot of work around helping clients with their limiting beliefs. And so you can try this quick exercise to help you. It'll help you change to see how you see yourself. So write down a few negative beliefs that you have about yourself. And now ask yourself, is that really true? Perhaps it was a long time ago, but is it actually still true now? So now I want you to change what you've written and instead replace it with a really empowering sentence. And then keep rereading that sentence daily until it becomes your new belief. Number 7, and the final question that I want you to ask yourself, is what fills you with energy? Because by noticing what makes us full of energy and what drains us of energy, we can quickly start to make some changes. Your energy levels will massively be impacting your relationships, and by boosting these, you can have an immediate and positive impact. So, your exercise for week 1 is to ask 5 people that you know to text you or email you the answer to these 3 questions. Number 1, what is my best quality? What is my biggest strength? And what do you value most about me? I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And when you receive your answers, it'll give you a nice feeling. It's powerful and it really does help to build self-confidence. So I would urge you to try that and challenge those limiting beliefs. So that concludes week 1. If you'd like to find out more about me, then you can find me at beccaforshaw.co.uk for more discussions, info and help. I would love to hear from you, and if you have any questions, give me a shout. And I'll see you next week.